Hey everyone, it is Havel High here, bringing you a review video on Marvel Studios' Black Panther. This is a review after the second time I've seen it, and it's probably going to be pretty long. I'm going to go really in depth into this movie. I'm going to talk about the different themes and the characters and all that good stuff. So I just want to give you guys a heads up. There is going to be tons of spoilers. I'm going to spoil the heck out of this movie. If you haven't seen it, there's no reason why you would have clicked on this video anyway. Go watch it first. Be like the only few people that you haven't watched it yet, because this movie uh, just killed it. Got all the money. So, but go ahead and let you guys know this is going to be spoilers on this, and but this review is going to be in depth, and hopefully, if you guys have comments below, of course, like, comment, subscribe below, do all that good stuff, and let's get to it. Let's talk about the themes. There's a lot of different themes within Black Panther that was really incredible and amazing, that made this movie really what it was. Because when you think about a good movie, there's a few themes, maybe two or three, but there was like four or five different themes that were within this movie, and it made this movie even richer than it really even was. It already was. So the first really theme about this movie is Wakanda in itself. It's the history of Wakanda. This movie started really quickly, abruptly. You know, you were kind of watching the previews, and you're like, okay, I'm just gonna get ready for this, and then boom, it starts, and it's the voice of Sterling K. Brown saying, millions of years ago, a meteor struck the Earth with vibranium, the most powerful or strongest metal in the universe, things of that nature. It starts telling this story, and I really like the introduction of this because it just really it was what, a few minutes, and it really created a great pacing and understanding of what this country was all about. This technologically advanced, but hidden from society in itself, and it also talked about the history of the tribes that came about, and that's another theme about this movie, is the tribes, and trying to figure out who rules, and the story about what the Black Panther was is that the Black Panther it became the leader of all these tribes that were just fighting amongst each other over the years, over the generations of generations. So the second theme to the movie was understanding the tribe work, the politics, and the government of the tribes. So you might have missed it in the movie, but there are five original tribes. That was the mining tribe, the border tribe, the merchant tribe, the river tribe, and the Jabari tribe. So that were the original tribes, and that's what were the tribes that were always in war, and not until the whole heart-shaped herb, and that person took it and got increased powers, became the Black Panther. It was the line of the royal family. So there is a Panther tribe, which is the royal family line. So this is the tribes. These are the tribes that are kind of coincide with Wakanda, and creates the society and its government. Now we do see each tribe represented, but we see in the storyline in itself more on the border tribe, the Jabari tribe, and of course the Panther tribe, the royal family line there. We don't really see too much of the river merchant and mining, except for being in the chambers, in the royal family, the king's throne room, and all that stuff, when they're kind of talking politics there. So but yeah, we definitely see border and the Jabari tribe, the mountain tribe, that is. So especially when, of course, the challenge, and then later on in the movie when really the Jabari tribe really saves the day. So that's another theme that was very, very good, and you kind of really was engrossed. You wanted to find out more about the history of Wakanda and its tribe and the tribe nations there, and the different wars that they had to go through. The one surprising theme about this movie that I didn't think I expected, really, but it was pleasantly surprised, is actually the theme of the War Dogs, is the spy network of Wakanda across the world. Lupita Nyong'o. I've talked about the characters in general, but Lupita Nyong'o's character, Nakia, you're like, whoa, she's a spy. Okay, interesting. And then, of course, you find out other things going on within Wakanda, in the world there. And then Sterling K. Brown, the father of Eric Killmonger, is a spy, right? So you're like, what the heck is so this little, Mission Impossible, James Bond, Jason Bourne kind of story plot in there. It was really nice, and of course, which falls within all this, the spy plot. All this is, of course, the U.S. government with Agent Ross here, and Ulysses S. Claw. So Ulysses Claw was really a great villain until, of course, they killed him. It was very surprising that they killed him off. I actually thought Andy Serkis did an amazing job, and I was sad to see him go. But I'll talk a little bit more about these two characters when I do talk about the characters in general there. But the theme of the War Dogs was surprising. The whole spy network was great. I thought it was an additional layer to this movie. Like I mentioned before, a lot of themes and a lot of layers to this movie that was surprising, and this was a very good surprising one there. Then you have probably the main theme that, not probably, but the main theme within this movie, and that's choices that we make, choices and consequences, and the paths that we take based off of those choices. And really, the whole theme at the beginning, and then you find out during the end of how all this kind of wrapped together. Very Shakespearean story of this secret that this beloved king in T'Chaka, beloved king that said that he did no wrong. T'Challa said, T'Challa asked T'Chaka, have I ever, or the other way around, T'Chaka asked T'Challa, have I ever failed? He's like, no, father, no, Baba. It's you're great. But we find out he wasn't, and there's a line in the movie I'll talk about it a little bit later, but it's about making these choices and then hiding it. And is it good for the country? Was it good for the family? And in reality, it wasn't, because it created this monster in Eric Killmonger, and Wakanda suffered because of it. Would have been kind of nice to see it kind of linger on, the suffering and things of that nature of Wakanda. It was very quick, abrupt overthrow and then retaking of Wakanda, but this was the central plot of this movie, and it was great, and it was done tremendously on there. Another point, a theme to this movie that we didn't see, but if you are a comic book fan, and of course Infinity War Marvel fan, you're looking for hints of the Soul Stone, and in my opinion, the Soul Stone is still in Wakanda. It's the meteor. That's where I was like, oh, the meteor struck Wakanda, and I was like, well, it's probably because it's from outer space. That's probably the Soul Stone. So that's kind of, once again, it's not confirmed or anything of that nature, but the hints are all there. And then once I saw that T'Challa and Eric Killmonger, they both went into this spirit soul realm, I was like, oh, this has to be using the Soul Stone's power. And I think the heart-shaped flowers that they take to get the power of the Black Panther is, in a sense, from the remnants of the Soul Stone. So I think it's, in a sense, probably the heart of Wakanda. It's gonna be there. Infinity War shows Wakanda being in it. If Wakanda wasn't a part of this whole thing of gathering the Soul Stone, and the Soul Stone being in Wakanda, I think it just makes total sense. Of course, I could be wrong, but a lot of people are predicting this as well, and it just makes sense. It makes sense, but of course, Marvel can put a spin on it. So I think the Soul Stone is in Wakanda. It's on the throne, or under the ground, or something of that nature. But I think we will see that in Infinity War. So those are some of the themes. Those are the themes that kind of jumped out to me, that were really great. But really, let's talk about the characters. The characters is really what makes this movie pop. The themes in itself was very good, written very well. Once again, shout out to Ryan Coogler to do what he's done here. It's an amazing job of telling the history of Wakanda, and this plot line of the secret choice and the consequences of that. But all in all, these characters were acted tremendously, A+ across the board. So let's go ahead and start with the king in itself. And the format here is I'm just gonna name each person, each character, some sort of name, and then I'm gonna have some words here just to remind me of what to talk about. But the poster in itself is his father's legacy, and it really is, in multitude of different ways. So the current king, played by Chadwick Boseman, T'Challa, as the current Black Panther, he does an amazing job. He did an amazing job already in Civil War, but he is a young king. He's a young ruler. He even told his dad that wasn't prepared for this, but his dad was like, "Well, I prepared you to become a ruler." He's like, "Well, no, I wasn't prepared to lose you as a father," but he still has these kind of rose-colored glasses around his eyes, over his eyes. It's like the world is a good place. You're a good king. There was no mistakes that you ever did. So he's a little bit naive in that sense, and I love the transition to then him finding out the truth and how he's reacting to that. Chadwick Boseman was very regal, and you can see his ethics in playing this character. Very ethical guy, very conscientious. He's beloved by, I think, everybody, really, right? I don't think there was any tribe that didn't like him. He got respect from the Jabari tribe after the challenge there, and that initial challenge was really important in the movie to show T'Challa's ability to his worthiness of being king. But the key line here in this movie is that whole good man thing. When he was talking to his dad in the soul stone world, the soul world, soul realm, or whatever you want to call it. The line is, "It's hard. You are a good man, and you're gonna struggle." Because the question is, T'Challa says, "I want to help Wakanda out. I want to be a great king for Wakanda. Tell me what to do." And T'Chaka says that you're gonna struggle because you're a good man, and it's hard for a good man to be king. And we don't know the levity of this statement until later on in the movie. What we find out is that T'Chaka wasn't that great. He's done some really really bad things, evil things. Killing his own brother was something that, I, it's unredeemable in a sense, right? Yeah, it was in kind of protection uh, Forrest Whitaker's character, which we'll talk about in a bit, but that is the battle within T'Challa's storyline, and his arc is he's a good man, and how is he going to deal with all this for the betterment of Wakanda, for the betterment of his family and everybody that he loves. So great arc, great storyline. He did an amazing job on there. But even better, and this is where Marvel usually is weak in this, is the villain. And I said he's the insurgent, and he is Michael B. Jordan's portrayal of Eric Killmonger. Amazing, just amazing, and it's because of his storyline. He was abandoned. He was a Wakandan that deserved to see Wakanda because he's a child of a Wakandan, a child of the royal family that was abandoned and left in the other world, in the outside world, and was never able to be accepted back into the family. So he was consumed with hate. He hated that he was left behind. All he wanted was the opportunity for the throne, and he got it. His battle with T'Challa was amazing because you saw how just yoked Michael B. Jordan was, and that fight in itself where he just beat the crap out of the current Black Panther, uh, and the and that mighty scene where he lifts him up and throws him over the waterfall and says, "Hey, I'm king now. I'm the king," and is once again just very very powerful message there. And I love that he's from Oakland, 1992. The movie, how did no one would have guessed that the movie started with 1992 Oakland, California. And once again, that is a homage really to Ryan Coogler, the director, because he's from Oakland. And it was just very funny. The kid that made that basket says, "Tim Hardaway." You haven't heard the name Tim Hardaway in forever, in almost 30 years, because it's a basketball player from Oakland, so Golden State Warriors. So yeah, that Oakland piece was very really great, and I really liked that, and that provides his attitude. And what I loved about Michael B. Jordan's portrayal is his attitude never changed. He was this urban kid from Oakland, from Oaktown, and he kept that role all the way through the whole movie. So I wrote down different path, and this is once again that whole theme about about the movie of, would Eric Killmonger be different if he wasn't abandoned? This is the whole discussion of nature versus nurture. Is he evil because of his circumstance, or is he just naturally evil? In this case scenario, I think he was nurtured into being evil, nurtured into this different path, and he just wanted to find justice because he is justified in challenging for the throne. He's a part of the royal family, even though he was forgotten and abandoned. Uh, but he took this different path to militarize, Wakanda, to take over the world because Wakanda is so powerful and has all the vibranium and all that good stuff. So yeah, I think the Insurgent of Michael B. Jordan as Killmonger, and the title poster here says his people's rage, and yeah, and he had people that to go on his side as well. So very political stance where he's not 100% unpopular in his message of, hey, you know what, we have enough ability just to take over the world. Let's just go ahead and do it. Why are we just beating around the bush? Let's just be the war, uh, the the masters of war, and just go ahead and take over the world. So, yeah, I thought that was in his mind the right thing to do, and a lot of people actually followed him along with that. His death, however, really got to me. The ending line for him, I'd rather be dead than be in bondage, was once again very powerful. I'm kind of sad that he's gone, but we might still see him again because once again I think the whole Soul Stone is still there because he did become the Black Panther. He did become king. He did take the the heart shaped herb thing there. So I think we might see him in kind of either flashback or in the soul realm, maybe as a good guy. We'll see. So it's going to be interesting because I hate to see that character gone after just one movie, and he wasn't even in the movie for that large amount of time either. So let's keep on going here. Let's go with the rest of the characters here. The spy, Lupita Nyong'o is the spy. She's like the queen spy in this movie, and that was very surprising to me. She plays Nakia, the love interest, the beautiful Lupita Nyong'o, the love interest of T'Challa. Don't freeze, right? That whole line there and the whole relationship there is great. I could watch them just have a romantic comedy or something by itself there. She is the good Samaritan in this movie. She is just, she is right, but she is very interesting in her purpose. Her purpose is she still wants to help the outside world, but in a different way. Her vision of Wakanda is very similar to Eric Killmonger's, more so than even T'Challa. T'Challa says, I want to keep everything still hidden, still do the old ways, protect Wakanda, but Naki is like, I want to help the outside world. The outside world needs us, but she wants to do it in a different way, more of a moralistic way to help and maybe more financially and lead people in the way versus Eric Killmonger's way of Wakanda helping the world is taking it over military wise. So her and Eric Killmonger, their views are the same, but their purpose is a different way because her heart is different. And once again, would Eric Killmonger be more like Nakia if he was actually born or brought back to Wakanda and was nurtured in a different way than he was outside of Wakanda? So yeah, her character was great. Once again, she was the heart of this movie, and the poster there is her king's love, and that's where the smitten portion of T'Challa, you can kind of tell, and Chadwick Boseman does a really great acting role to say, oh boy, I love this woman. It would be hard not to. She's just a beautiful woman in itself, Lupita Nyong'o, and Nakia was a great character in here, and was, again, surprisingly, the spy, one of the war dogs was Nakia. So we know that she's going to be queen in the future. So later down the road, she's going to be the queen of Wakanda, without a doubt. So her and T'Challa will be side by side fighting the battles that is to come. The next character is, in my opinion, my favorite character. Letitia Wright as Shuri is my favorite character in Black Panther. Even though I love Eric Killmonger's performance, or Michael B. Jordan's performance as Eric Killmonger, Shuri took the show. She's the genius. She is the Tony Stark of Wakanda, and I think is is a shooting star. Her personality was fantastic. Her brother sister kind of relationship with T'Challa was hilarious. She had one of the best lines. What are those? Right? She's talking about the shoes, the sandals. Why do you have your toes out in my laboratory? It was hilarious. Just that the whole Q kind of James Bond kind of thing, kind of go back to the whole spy thing there, was great. The technology was amazing. She's the tech genius, and she's an eager person. I like that she's eager to show off her 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 genius, her intelligence, and of course continue to help Wakanda. Another great line is another white boy we have to fix, and of course she's talking about Winter Soldier, Bucky Barnes. We do see Bucky in the end credit scene of this movie, going to be the White Wolf. They call him the White Wolf, and the White Wolf is actually a different character in Marvel Comics. But man, Letitia Wright killed it, like 6 stars out of 5. Then she did an interview too, saying that she was thinking about quitting acting. Now, I think she can get any job out there right now. She's going to be a hot commodity on here. But yeah, she ended up being my favorite character in Black Panther. And the poster here saying her brother's keeper, and that's a great statement there. It was definitely her brother's keeper. Protected. T'Challa did her best. But she's more modern. She is more with a modern character, with more toward, hey, the old ways just isn't my thing. She challenges that during the ceremony and things of that nature. So, but she's the modern Wakandan. That's what she is. So the next character here is played by what am I missing here? Played by Danai Gurira as General Okoye. She was amazing. The warrior, her nation's honor, and that boils it down. I couldn't think of another word but strong. She was the strength of this movie. She was committed to the throne, committed to Wakanda, and I compare her. She is the Captain America of Wakanda. That's how I view her. She did a great job doing that, because you think about Captain America, all the stars and stripes, and doing for the government, doing for the country. That's what she's doing, and that's what the character she portrays here is. She will do anything for the throne, even when Michael B. Jordan, Eric Killmonger, takes over as king. Nakia says to her, let's go, let's go. She's like, go where? My position is here. I'm the general. I'm sworn to the throne. So sorry. I know. I love T'Challa as well, but he's no longer king. And there you go. Turn the page kind of scenario. So kind of cold-hearted there. But then she finds out. She becomes conflicted. Her arc line changes, and because she becomes conflicted with the issue of what Eric Killmonger is doing. Her line of Wakanda is where it's at, because we fight only because we absolutely had to, not because we're starting wars. So she becomes conflicted, and she does take a stand, saying, what, you're not fit to be king, Eric Killmonger, and now I'm gonna, in a sense, try to dethrone you and really create a coup there. So great character. Diana Guerrero was fantastic here. She'd probably be like my third favorite. It's hard. I can't even rank these characters. Definitely Shuri was number one. But man, Eric Killmonger was great. Yeah, everybody's fantastic in this movie. So that's why this movie is so great. So the next individual is actually Academy Award nominated in Daniel Kaluuya as W'Kabi. He is the leader of the Border tribe. And I call him the politician, because he's a bureaucrat. He's kind of what that bureaucrat's all about, is kind of going with the person who's in power, and kind of doing it like in a weaselly kind of way. So the poster here says as nation security, and that's why there's a really deep. If you didn't catch it the first time, the second time you'll catch it. Is that he asked T'Challa to bring back Ulysses Claw. He wants him, either dead or alive, but alive you bring him back here, because it was his family, it was the border tribe that lost the vibranium, where the beginning of the movie, Michael B. Jordan's father, played by Sterling K. Brown's Najabu, they stole, and it stole from the border tribe. So he's been always disgraced because of that, and he wanted vengeance and redemption. So the funny thing was, he ended up joining Eric Killmonger because Eric Killmonger brought back Claw dead, and he's like, okay, well, since you did something that my king couldn't do, maybe I'll back you. And that's what he ends up doing. But underlining, he did not know that it was actually Eric Killmonger's dad, Najabu, that actually helped Ulysses Claw take from the border tribe in the first place, those many years ago. And he was on the wrong side, and he just did not know. But he did an incredible job. He was very likable in the beginning of the movie, and then you're like, dude, I hate this guy's guts. So he did his job. He did his role in this movie, and that was great. And the whole final battle scene with the rhinos and the armor and stuff like that was great. And then that last scene with him and Okoye, are you gonna kill me, my love? And she's like, if I have to. This is for Wakanda forever, right? So yeah, I thought his character was amazing as well. Uh, Actually, this will be my second favorite character right here. Is another individual is kind of not well known, Winston Duke, who plays M'Baku, the defender. What is he defending? He's defending tradition. He is the leader of the Jabari, the mountain tribe, the old ways of Wakandans. He's like, technology has poisoned all you guys, right? He's like, the old ways is the way to go. He's the first person who does challenge T'Challa for the throne, and that scene was very important because shows the worth of T'Challa beating M'Baku, but even more so because of that whole fight scene there, of how powerful actually Eric Killmonger was for actually defeating T'Challa and throwing him off the waterfall there. So that was his character was really important in the movie, because later down the road you see that he's that kind of had like a little outside view of it all, right? He's not really a part of the city, things of that nature. They live up in the mountains, so. But later in the movie, there's some redemption of he saves T'Challa's life, because T'Challa kind of spared his life in the challenge. Says, hey, your people need you. Don't make me kill you. So he said, a life for a life, and he saves T'Challa, puts him in that ice. And he has a great line when Agent Ross is talking. He's like, "You do not talk here. Next time you speak, I'll feed you to my children." It was a big joke. And he's like, "Oh, we're vegetarians." I laughed out loud, man. That was very, very funny. His statement here, his poster here says his people's pride, and that's what you see there from M'Baku. Was he's very prideful. It's like, the Jabari will not help. We cannot help you. We cannot fight this war with the royal family. You guys have to deal with that. We're our own people. But the Jabari comes through at the end and saves the day. So we'll see where kind of the progression of the tribe. Will they be welcomed in? Things of that nature. We'll see what happens. But yeah. Winston Duke as M'Baku, fantastic. He actually is my second favorite character in the movie, next to Shuri. Shuri ended up being number one there. So they both stole the show for me on there. Now, the rest of the characters, I'm gonna quickly go through them just because this video's going long here, right, about a half an hour right here. Is Angela Bassett and Forrest Whitaker. Angela Bassett as Ramonda. He's the mom of T'Challa, of the Black Panther. Her son's survival. She's kind of the pillar, the strength. She's there as just that plot tool to show how much love and how beloved T'Challa actually is, and she's great. Angela Bassett is 60 years old. She looks amazing for 60. I'll just tell you that much. So she did an incredible job there. Forrest Whitaker, his King's Command, his character Zuri is actually the character. Without him, this movie doesn't happen, right? Because it was him as a spy when he was a kid, spying on Eric Killmonger's dad, played by Sterling K. Brown, and then Sterling K. Brown's character Njobu tried to kill Zuri, Forrest Whitaker, and King T'Chaka at the time had to kill his own brother. So without his character, without Zuri, this whole plot, everything falls apart. So he has his moment where he, tells Eric Killmonger during the challenge as hey, you know what, it's my fault, and he confesses to Eric Killmonger, and he goes, just kill me, don't kill T'Challa. And nope, he kills him and he throws T'Challa off the waterfall. So pretty alpha of Eric Killmonger there. So yeah, very important character on there, and they do just both amazing jobs. And these two are just icons, these two icons of actors for really the new generation of African American black actors coming above Chadwick Boseman, Michael B. Jordan, Lupita Nyong'o, all these people I just talked about. These were the icons. These two actors did definitely pave the way for all this. So, and the final two here are the non-black actors in the movie in Martin Freeman as Agent Everett Ross, and of course Andy Serkis as Claw. And I've talked about Andy Serkis already, and I talked about kind of a little bit about Martin Freeman. I thought Martin Freeman's character was going to be kind of a throwaway, but he ended up being actually very, very good in the movie. His country's orders is really what the poster says there, and him being the ever U.S. agent type of individual on there. I love the line where he's like, "Oh." He looks at Eric Killmonger and he goes, "No, he's not Wakandan. He's one of ours. We trained him." And they're like, "What?" So he actually had a part in creating this monster in Eric Killmonger, and then of course he becomes a hero. I thought he was dead for sure. He was just going to sacrifice himself, but he does get out of that scene where he's trying to blow up the ships that were trying to leave Wakanda. So he did his job, but I thought he was for sure dead. He was just going to sacrifice himself there. So. And then Andy Serkis, applaud to this guy. He did an amazing job for Ulysses S. Claw. I always say Ulysses S. because Ulysses S. Grant, but it's just Ulysses Claw. And I was sad that he got killed off. It was important that for the plot to move on because Eric Killmonger killed Claw um, to bring to Danny Kaluuya's character Wakabi to gain his trust and to gain his side. So it was great. But man, he did a great job. Andy Serkis did a great job, and it's sad to see him go. Hopefully, he gets another role, maybe a voice acting role or something in Marvel, because we'd like to see him again. So he did an amazing job there. So that is the actors here. The funny thing is on this picture is that Martin Freeman is cut out because it would be an odd number there. But I thought Martin Freeman did a great job in this movie. But there's those other characters. This is what made Black Panther, and how incredible this movie is, because each of these character arcs were amazing, and each one of them were not forgettable. Each one of them you remember each role and how powerful each role was, and how unique each one of these individuals were. You got the king, you got the spy, you got the warrior, you got the politician, you got the insurgent, you got the defender, you got the genius. So you got the warmonger here. So yeah, it's just I totally, hey, you know what, let's go ahead and just kind of end this here, that the Black Panther movie was amazing. Yes, it's definitely crushing records, and what, 200 million in its opening, one of the highest Marvel movies, and it's going to continue to just rock and roll. But it was just a great movie. And when you make a great movie and have all this extra, first black cast or a superhero movie, not the first superhero black hero lead. Blade still owns that, guys. Blade still owns as the first black superhero on there. And then you got Spawn was next, kind of an anti-hero, but this movie in itself was just good. It was a solid movie with a lot of themes, with a lot of amazing characters. And when you make a movie like this, and with all the hype behind it, it's gonna do good. So this would probably put this movie in probably the top 5. I would say top 5 Marvel movies. It's gonna be hard for me to kind of move it below. It's hard. It's so new. I've only seen it twice. and I've seen like all the other Marvel movies so many times. But I would have Winter Soldier #1, Civil War #2, Guardians #3, Thor Ragnarok #4. Even though Thor Ragnarok's so new, I still love that movie. Then probably Black Panther #5. It's hard because I'm looking at the origin stories, and this was one of the most richest in depth of origin story. But I love the original Iron Man, and I love First Avenger. So it's like those three, Black Panther, Iron Man, and First Avenger, are like right there. In my top favorite. And then you have like your Doctor Stranges and stuff like that, a little bit lower on the list. But man, definitely easily top 10. You can definitely justify top 5 on best Marvel movie, but it's gonna still crush records when it comes to dollar wise on there. But anyway, hopefully you guys enjoy this breakdown of this movie, of this incredible movie here. I'm trying to do more of these. I did Last Jedi and stuff like that, so go ahead and check out that one. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. First time to my channel, like, subscribe, of course, comment below. Trying to get to that 1,000 subs. Catch you guys next time. Later.